I'm Iron Man. Let's get him, Avengers. Hulk smash.
Hi everyone, this is YouTube gaming star Kirby. Welcome to the Real Gamerscore podcast. This week I'm joined by Facebook gaming star Cameron.
Thank you to all my 2 viewers on stream.
Yep, superstar. Here at Real Gamerscore, we like to discuss all things Xbox, achievements, and dedicating 4 years of your life to something only to watch it go down in flames overnight. This week we talk about potential stacks on stacks, dirty devs sneaking racing into our racing games, and the graciousness of a review code. 2 years too late. But first, here's the song of the week.
When I was a young boy, I started any game I liked, any game for me, innocent and free. I found true achievements and found a love of Gamerscore, increasing the amount. Make every Chivo count. I remembered old games, finished them all the same. Up my completion score, take a whole year or more. I just spent 6 weeks boosting Gears of War, seriously for the score.
Alright, thank you very much, Tarragon, for that song. That was awesome. As you can tell, I'm back. I hope you missed me, and that Alex filling in a few times didn't disappoint you too much. I know he's always a disappointment for me, but hopefully you guys put up with it alright.
I mean, like, it was only once. Like, it was tolerable at best.
Was it only once? Okay, who else did you... No, I thought it was...
I think...
there was an interview.
We had the interview.
I think maybe Tarragon filled in as well.
We had Tarragon 1 week. That was great. Thank you, T.
Yeah, he's a worthy replacement.
Yeah, there was Alex, and I mean, like, I think...
And Josh, I mean, okay, Josh was so awesome that he balanced out the terribleness from Alex. So that was, that was a break-even episode, only because Josh was...
Who asked, like, how do you enjoy Dead Island? Like, why?
I didn't listen. I hope he said, I don't.
I think he just tried to get around the question.
Smart man. Anyway, if you know what song that was that Tarragon sang so beautifully for us, send your answer to either myself on the Discord or the Real Gamerscore account on trueachievements.com. That's Real Gamerscore with a 5 instead of an S, and you get entered into the monthly competition. Speaking of the Discord, if you want to join the conversation live and just have a big old chat with us, you can join us on discord.io/realgamerscore. If you enter that in on a web browser, you'll be redirected to our server. You can join, make an account, have lots of fun. Tell us how terrible Alex is and what you don't like about Dead Island.
Ask Kirby for his custom backgrounds.
I will do free custom. I will find and create free custom backgrounds on Skype for anyone. We will send some pictures.
We just need to put you in front of a green screen and just go nuts.
Yeah. I've practically got one now, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much it.
But yeah, join us in the Discord. It's great fun. We honestly have a really good time. We send sales and stuff. We have good advice for getting achievements, because between the main hosts, unfortunately Alex is not included in that. So myself, Tarragon, you, and Matt. Yep. We have like nearly 3 million gamer score.
Yeah, but like Matt makes up half of that.
Shh. We have nearly 3 million gamer score. I reckon.
No, it would be over. We'd be over 3 mil.
Matt
really?
just hit 1.3. I'm at about 9.4.
Is he at 1.3?
That's 2.2. You're at about 400. I don't think Tarragon's at 400. Check what Tarragon's at, and then
Tarragon's Tarragon's more than me, I'm pretty sure.
Is he? Then we definitely have more.
I thought he was at 600. That's why I'm confused. All right, let's do some quick maths here, and not the Kirby kind of quick maths.
No. It's right. I already know.
All right, so
Matt's at 1.3. I'm at about 950.
He's at 1.375.
Yeah, look. Okay, 1.4. I'm at 950. So we'll just consider that 900 because we're rounding up for Matt.
I'm at basically 400.
That's 2.3. You're at basically 400, 2.7.
Yeah.
Tarragon is easily over 300,000 because I know he's better than Alex. So we're over 3 million. Done. So lots of advice for...
He's at 537,000.
That's more than 300.
Yeah, cool.
Cool. So yeah, lots of advice, and we've played a lot. I mean, between the four of us as well, we've probably played over 3 games.
Yeah.
Big numbers, boy.
Big numbers. If you're listening and you're like, oh my god, this is the content I was missing in my life. Join us on Patreon and give us some money. It helps to keep the show lights on, helps to create my awesome backgrounds that you guys don't get to see. Maybe for episode 100, you might.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's going to be a discussion.
I wonder if I can get an auto-rotating background. That'd be good.
Hey, look. If we did decide to do something on Mixer, yeah? Like, I mean, you could go wild.
I mean like, we could go ham because Mixer's going down, and who cares?
Yeah, just do whatever.
Yeah.
Just get banned.
Patreon.
Oh, what? Like, it's a week to go. Who cares?
Yeah. They're gonna ban my account. Oh no, that's how unfortunate. Patreon.com/realgamerscore. No 5s for S's. Just spell it as you say it. As for the contest, we have our random to-do list contest. We have a giveaway associated with that. If you don't know what the random to-do list is, we generate a list of 25 achievements for you. You just have to let us know that you want to be in by either messaging myself or the random to-do list account on trueachievements.com. You will be generated a list of 25 achievements. All you need to do for our contest, for the giveaway, is unlock one achievement of those 25 and answer a trivia question. Now, a lot of people will use the random to-do list as like a backlog motivator, so they might go for all the achievements in their 25, or they might pick one game on that list to go for all the achievements within. It's just a little nudge. It can be competitive if you want. There's points in a leaderboard, but I mean, I know I look at it and go, oh man, I really should get back to all 25 of those games. I won't, but I should.
It's like perfect reminder for like what's on the backlog. And
perfect reminder of, man, I played that game. Oh god, I'm gonna have to play that again sometime. Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Every day.
The prize for this month is Demon's Tier Plus, which I've heard it's gotten really good reviews. I don't think it's released yet. I don't think it has. It might have, but I don't think it has.
No, that's Demon's Till. Hang on.
I don't even know that has a Demon's Tier. Oh yeah, 10th of June. Yep, definitely released.
Okay, Oof. 2 weeks ago.
But it's nearly 4 stars on TA. It's gotten really good reviews, and the developers typically make quite good games. So if you would like to win that prize, you need to, as we said before, unlock a single achievement in your random to-do list and answer the trivia question of another game developed by Cowcat. I think developed or published.
Published. Oh, wait.
Published. Yeah.
Just accept both. Both.
Developed or published. I mean, all 4 games that they've published, they've also developed, so... Either published and developed. Here, tricky one for you. They have to have published and developed it.
Oh no.
Yeah. That literally eliminates none of the games that you could possibly pick from. But yeah. But no, fantastic other games that they've done, and this one I'm pretty sure is up there in that level of quality. And on that note, we will move straight on into the news, starting with a brand new story. It literally just dropped as we were about to hit record. I'm glad that Cameron spent so long just on the phone and not starting the podcast so that this story could drop. My favourite thing is that normally Cameron doesn't get to talk when I'm on the show because I'm talking with Matt so much and me and him have a great rapport. I'm wondering if I can just do that by myself and just basically screen him out for an hour and a half with just rambling.
So it's like every gaming session we do together. Until
to be fair, it's only because I have Brad muted, so I can only listen to you and shut you out.
Sorry, what was that?
it's because to be fair on that statement of shutting you out in our gaming sessions, it's because I have Brad muted, so I can only shut you out because I want to listen to Matt, because Matt knows what he's doing, and you're the only other person I can shut out because I can't hear Brad.
Yeah,
So,
like it's just cool. Like Brad just puts me on mute and just says like, "Oh, he's been eating for the last 2 hours, mate. It's only been like the last hour and 45 minutes."
I know, right? Anyway, Marvel's Avengers have said they'll offer a free Xbox Series X upgrade for anyone that purchases on the Xbox One, with the caveat of all progress being carried over. That. And while at face value this is a boring story, yay, another company does the sensible thing.
Yeah.
What this says to me is the key bit being all progress carried over, which to me says that these aren't... It's like Destiny 360 to Destiny Xbox One.
Yeah.
Or whatever that single time transfer. Borderlands is another example. Borderlands 1
Yeah.
to Borderlands Game of the Year.
That's
Borderlands 2 to the remaster.
That's what I was thinking. Also along the fact that like it's Destiny's weird because Destiny was like a cross-play kind of situation. Yeah.
It went both ways once, right? Or something
Yeah,
like that.
it went both ways, like continuously up until a certain cutoff point in 2014.
Okay. Yeah, and then it was one time, one more.
Then it was. No, it wasn't one more, no more. It was basically that's it. You've missed the cutoff. Yeah.
Oh.
That's my understanding of it. So when I.
But okay, regardless, that's what we're comparing it to.
I can say quickly with Destiny, when I went back to the 360 Taken King DLC, that not all of my DLC achievements from the Xbox One unlocked, but majority of them did. There was like 2 bits difference that when I checked the list, I could pinpoint in 2014 when they had cut it off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
okay.
It seems similar.
So they've hit up a server, and that's your save state, essentially.
Pretty much it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the fact that all progress is carried over to the next gen indicates to me that these are separate titles. It's not like in the Xbox One family where, if you had an Xbox One and you upgraded to a One X, it was the exact same game. You just maybe got a 4K texture pack or a patch to make it look better, but it was the exact same game you were playing. This seems to indicate to me that these are separate games. You can play your Xbox One version on the Series X, I guess, if it's backwards compatible in that sense, but it's a separate game to the next gen version. And that could also lead to stacks as we know them. Platform stacks for the Xbox One family and the Xbox Series X. Again, this is just me speculating, but given that it's not automatic that progress is carried over, like that they had to explicitly state that would be the case, makes me feel like this could mean other titles allow you to upgrade to that gen, but it is a separate game and could lead to stacking of achievements, etc.
Yeah, like for the most part, in regards to speculation for so long, it just seemed like it would be all under the same umbrella of, alright, you have your SKU 1 code for your Xbox One, but then or your Xbox One X, and then just having your SKU 2 code be just basically a 4K patch, the equivalent of what a 4K patches to the one on the Series X.
Yeah.
But with that, I'm interested in, like, going back to the Destiny discussion, whether you could do the same thing backwards, or if it will be treated as.
I'd say not. I'd hazard a guess not, but especially considering they've released it. Did Destiny 1 release at the same time on both platforms?
I believe so. I think it was September 2013.
So this will be different in that sense, because the next gen Marvel will certainly release after the current gen.
Yeah.
yeah, it's rare that we see separate SKUs have the same list. It does happen. Quantum Break off the top of my head. There's not Limbo, but there's another indie game like that has the same thing where it's got a separate SKU, but so you can buy it's separate purchases, but they unlock the same list, but it's not Play Anywhere. So it's rare, but it does happen.
Yeah.
But it being not the norm would make me hope that there are still stacks, and that essentially stacks are a thing.
I would still be going to the next generation, looking at primarily buying or tracking the games that get this on Xbox One, and then get the free upgrade to the Xbox One Series X. Sorry, the Xbox Series X, not the Xbox One Series X. Yeah. Just that phrasing just messes me up every single time. Just because if they are separate, like if they are a stack, then the last thing you want to do is buy the Series X edition and not get the list for the Xbox One.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully if it is stacks, there is a way to play the original Xbox One family version on the Series X. Like, you're not locked into playing that next-gen version when you launch it. Yeah. Because if there isn't, it means I have to keep another console. I mean, I was always going to have an Xbox One X anyway because I just got the Cyberpunk one. But had I not gotten that, I maybe would have looked into trading in my One X towards some value for this. But
I'm very on the fence depending on how the lists are going to work on the next console, whether it's worth keeping it.
Yeah, the issue is we just won't know. Like until
somebody's testing it.
Not even until someone drops a list that is a stack.
Yeah.
Or we get to the point where the next gen consoles come out, Marvel Avengers next gen comes out, and we are playing it, and there is no stack. It's the same list. Until that happens, we'll have no idea.
Yeah.
Because these games that are offering this upgrade are launching before the drop of the Series X. If they're launching same time, you probably see some list drop. Again, depending on how the API works, whether TA will be able to pick it up if it's structured the same as currently.
That's another question in itself.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether things are structured differently into how the API is sending TA lists, but that's not really something we can discuss here just because we don't have knowledge of the API. But I'll be greatly interested to see whether these will... Yeah, whether they'll stack. I don't know that I would want to stack a lot of games, and then that would mean...
Depends what it is, really.
Yeah, if for some stupid reason I got Marvel Avengers, it was $2 at EB Games, like other games that I've just recently bought that rhyme with Schmanthem.
You think EV Games is going to be around that long to see this drop down, unless they really are going out of sale?
Okay, well, Schmanthem was within 12 months, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe a little over.
But it also was... It depends if Avengers is critically acclaimed or if
it was also a flop. Don't worry. I think within a year, Marvel Avengers will be $2. Fear not, Cameron. I have it within me to guess that quite strongly.
You don't have strong opinions of knockoff Robert Downey Jr.?
I don't even care about that. It's fine. That's not... It would have been better if they went with a more animated, cartoony style than a realistic approach, because people are so used to the cinematic universe that they do look janky. If they just go on cartoon... I know cartoon is not the right word, but if they'd chosen an art style instead of hyper-realistic, no one would have cared.
Yeah,
I guarantee no one would.
And I'm sure they could have fit it into those actors' contracts sometimes, using your likeness for, they get paid well enough.
Downey Jr. would have been expensive.
Yeah, but I mean, like, payoff? I don't know.
I don't think the payoff would have been worth it.
Okay.
Because then you've got his face with someone else's voice coming out, and is that worse?
Yeah.
Is that worse than someone else's face with someone else's voice? Is that worse seeing Robert Downey Jr.?
I'm Iron Man. Let's get him, Avengers.
Like, obviously not like that, but you know, is it worse seeing Robert Downey Jr.'s face doing that?
Mate, I think the only thing we've proven in the last 5 minutes is you should be the voice actor here.
Hulk smash.
God. Alright, let's move on.
Yeah, hopefully stacks. I'm hoping for stacks, and an option, if stacks exist, an option to not have to play the Series X version on my Series X. If that makes sense.
You like having the two SKUs though, yeah.
I like having the two SKUs if there's a stack. I'd also want the option, because, you know, I can, on the upgrades from the Xbox One, I can pick which one I play. I know it's not exactly the same, but
treat the new console how the one was meant to be treated. There's like a one central point console to incorporate all your entertainment in. But yeah. Anyway, Dirt 5, your favourite upcoming title for the Series X, yeah?
Yeah, I love eating Dirt 5. This is a skateboarding game, right?
No,
snowboarding in the dirt. Dirtboarding.
Four wheels? Four wheels?
Four wheels, okay. On a snowboard, that I don't really know how that works, but we'll run with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can put wheels onto anything, yeah.
You can put wheels onto anything. You heard it here first. You can put wheels onto anything. Squirrels? Wheel squirrels. Done. I mean, just hot glue some wheels to some squirrels.
How were you as a child? I mean,
didn't see any squirrels. Don't have squirrels up here. So probably lucky for the squirrels, to be honest. Because I certainly had some wheels.
Oh dear.
So I don't even know who made Codemasters.
Thank
goodness, I read the article. Codemasters and True Achievements bum buddies, so they got to speak to some of the lead game designers for Dirt 5, talking about how the achievement list is developed. And I read this story and then completely just purged it from my mind, because I'm like, okay, it's as it's how every person thinks achievements are done. They go, what are all the features we have? Let's sort of try and make players touch all of them.
So I include this story because I think it's a good point for discussion of like what a achievement list should be, first of all.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good point of actually understanding where it fits in the whole process of, you know, like prior to the Xbox 360 generation, achievements were not a thing that were commonly thought of. There was still I'm trying to think of like a Xbox original game or something.
Do you want to know something?
What?
There are teenagers who've only known about achievements.
How do you mean?
There are teenagers alive today who never knew a life before achievements.
Yeah, to me, which is crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That just shows their age. Like, I mean,
and why they have more Gamerscore than Alex.
Me at like 37 and you at like what was it, like 33? Yeah, just crazy ages.
You lost me there, buddy. So the lead game designer essentially describes himself as a completionist and talks about how they discuss it with the whole team, especially people that don't care about achievements.
Now, before you go on, I can dare say he's not a completionist because Dirt 3 is...
Well, I don't know he was lead designer on Dirt 3, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, you read this and you go, yep, okay, all this makes sense. Clearly not everyone does this. Clearly you are one of the few developers that do this, honestly.
Right. So
they talk about how essentially they're doing it from the start. They're thinking about the achievements from the get-go.
Yeah, so
because they go
like not from the get-go, but like when they're thinking about like what key features we want the game to be centered around, like what different areas does this game entail, and then putting the achievements in there. So they basically, you know, if there's a racing mode, if there's just primarily your campaign mode,
racing mode in a racing game.
hitting that.
Cameron,
If it's a multiplayer
I think you've
mode,
discovered the new tool to success. Putting racing modes in racing games. Have we thought of this before? Have you sold this idea? Have you sold this idea to Codemasters? Because I'm sick of their skateboarding modes in these racing games.
I mean, if you ask me, like, racing's primarily, I guess, the one thing I get messaged about, especially Forza. Yeah, I mean, like, adding racing to racing games is a great idea. And more developers should do it. Even maybe not to racing games, but, like, any game in general should have a racing mode.
Yeah, probably.
And then I'm sure I'm going to get
next to the
added.
Demolition Derby mode, which is the best mode.
Burnout Takedown.
That's not Demolition Derby.
It's
Burnout Takedown. Sorry,
Yeah.
you said Burnout Takedown. I thought Forza Horizon 4 Eliminator.
No. Burnout Takedown had the best mode ever, where it was a crash mode, where it was you would just fly off stunts and all that, where you would just cause as much damage as possible, and then you could like basically tilt it or just slow down your progress to hit as much as you can, cause explosions, that kind of stuff. It was, that crash
There are two
mode.
games on the Xbox that are that.
Yeah, what games?
Dangerous Driving, I think.
Yeah, but I haven't played
It's
it yet.
literally that.
But is it as good as Burnout?
Oh, I don't know. I played that on my PSP.
Yeah.
Played that game on my PlayStation Portable. Dangerous Driving 2. I want to say. No, not that one.
They have an
Not that one,
unattainable,
because I haven't played either of those. I think it's from the same developer or publisher. Danger Zone.
It's not Danger Golf.
It's Danger Zone.
I'm pretty sure they do Danger Golf as well.
They do Danger Golf, that's right. Danger Zone 1 and 2 are basically that.
Okay. The Danger Golf doesn't have a racing mode. Is that what you're
Doesn't
saying?
have a racing mode. I think it might have an explosion mode.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So they back to what we're supposed to be talking about, because Matt's not here to get us on track like he normally is. So when they're setting out to do an achievement list, they sort of look at what features of the game might be new or exciting or fun, and try to get a few specific achievements for experiencing those modes. They do talk about how they want things that are also challenging but not impossible. What liars. Anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
You know, the other thing they talked about is, because they are a racing game, allegedly, they talked about how they will have sponsors wanting to be featured, and they use achievements to do that. For example, driving around a certain track with a certain brand of car, or a certain car itself, to show off. Like, it's an easy way to quote unquote force a player to experience that license or brand.
I feel back in the start of Generation 2, they were doing this with the challenges as well, to get some more marketing centered around that. I think there was some Forza Motorsport 5 challenges that I want to say incorporated some kind of marketing.
Yeah.
Centered around car brands, but I'm not 100% sure. I can't think of any other games that did challenges, though, off the top of my head.
Yeah. Here was the line that I'd read, and this is how I know that they don't understand us at all. If it was down to just a few people who considered themselves hardcore achievement hunters, we could see overly difficult and unfair achievements that take years to unlock. No, we would. I feel like you would be a hardcore racing achievement. You would not want something that would take years to unlock. You would want something that's challenging but doable.
Yeah, I
Something
think that
would take, at most 3 hours of just trying and retrying. But 3 hours seems reasonable to me. A session.
So let's look up the best case in point I can think of is Forza Horizon 4.
What's that toboggan thing you did?
Toboggan.
That or
the race against the snow sled. So that was
Sure.
for a 10G achievement, and that was I think it took me how long were we in the party that night? Probably like an hour and a half.
Of just solid trying and retrying.
Solid trying, retrying.
How long was that race?
That race was, I think, if you timed it right, you had.
What's the achievement for?
Getting platinum medal.
which is
So,
what?
You have been the bobsled
Which is
in
what
the
time?
decent...
Which is what time? What time is that? Platinum medal.
Under 58, 57 seconds, something like that.
Okay, so you're looking at a reasonable attempt is about a minute. Yep, until you get that perfect run you get under that time. If that took 2 hours, like 2 hours of solid trying, and obviously not if you're a completely unskilled player like me in racing games, if you're an average racing gamer and that took you 2 hours, I would consider that a good achievement.
I would consider it, like good as in terms of reasonable, or good as in terms of...
Good as in a well-planned, thought-out achievement. If that platinum medal was 45 seconds and an average run took you a minute, and you had to cut down 15 seconds, that's ridiculous.
I think with cool running, like cool running is the achievement we're talking about specifically here. I think there should have been like a little bit more leeway, because a second more. Yeah, I want to say that before that I probably had at least 10 to 15 attempts where I was a second off or under.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically needed to be perfect for that run, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No mistakes.
That maybe not so much, but if I think if it's taking an, average is a terrible word to use, but if it's taking an average person playing this game about 2 hours, and this is considered a challenging achievement, I would think that's a successful one. I would think 2 hours is a reasonably good mark for a challenging achievement. I'm not saying if this is like middle of the road level achievement, but for a challenging achievement, if it's roughly a minute long and it's taking you about 2 hours, I would say that's a good achievement.
Yeah,
I think that's a well thought out achievement.
I'm on the fence about this because, I feel like it gets to a point though where you're, like, I was constantly just getting frustrated with this, especially seeing that I was, off by under a second. And the amount of racing games that I played over the last year, I think I've gone to a point where, 9 times out of 10, I have a pretty strong understanding of what I need to do to get it.
Yep.
I feel like Forza Horizon 4 is a good example of, a good list, specifically because stuff like, stuff covers all their modes. The title updates incorporates new features quite well. And I don't feel like, there's longer achievements, but I don't feel like there's anything particularly to the point of frustrating for the sake of being frustrating. You want achievements that that showcase your game modes and that, and are a little bit more challenging, but not to the point of repetitive play for the sake of repetitive play to get a perfect run.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. They've got their list. They've decided what they want to showcase. They say they then sit down and sort of grade the achievement on difficulty of completion and time it takes to unlock. And then once they've sort of ranked them all and ordered them, they can start dishing out the Gamerscore. Presumably the lower tier gets lower score. That makes sense to me.
Yep.
And keeping within the guidelines of Microsoft sets and all that other nonsense.
Yeah.
And then they say they test them to make sure that they're all the right level of challenge, and no one wants an achievement/trophy that is impossible or irrelevant. Cameron, they tested it. The guy got it first try. It's not his fault you're terrible at the game. Like,
I'm just going through the series now just to make sure there's no unobtainables.
Unobtainables, maybe not. Discontinued, possibly. I don't know about server stuff.
Yeah.
And then
That too has discontinued, but that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of testing is done by a dedicated quality assurance department that tests achievements as part of their usual procedure. Does platform-specific testing, making sure each achievement/trophy unlocks correctly on each platform. That's... Assuming that is true, which we have no reason to think it's not, that's commendable, because that's certainly... Codemasters are reasonably big.
Yeah.
That's something that should be done. You should not have unattainables from AA and up publishers.
Yeah. Like, I can understand the one-man, two-man teams, that kind of stuff, where...
You don't necessarily have time to test everything, especially if you're a one-man making a 70-hour, 8-bit RPG.
Mm.
You know, you can code it well, like code in the achievements well, and where one thing's gone wrong, but you don't have time to... You should have time to play your game and make sure everything unlocks, but you don't. You don't always. You know,
some people are doing this as secondary to, like, you know, to their normal jobs and...
Yeah. It's I'm okay with smaller. I'm not okay, but I can forgive more easily smaller devs not having tested everything, as long as they're willing to fix stuff. If they if they ship it and they're done, if it's a ship it and we're done and it's like, oh sorry, I can't ship it in Naruto.
What?
Naruto ship it in.
But I mean, like, if they're just like one done and launch with unattainables and they just never go back to it, or give that whole PR statement of just like,
well, it's up to the publisher, we can't do anything about it, they won't give us money for a patch.
Accountability for you.
Yeah. But yeah, so again, reading this, it just sounds like what shouldn't be an like it should be the norm. There shouldn't be an exception. This is what should happen should happen at all levels and for all games. Doesn't always, fair enough, but this sounds like what we as achievement hunters would expect.
Yeah, I'd say Codemasters is doing, like, I guess, from our understanding from the outside in, would be like from an outside perspective, yeah, would be what you would expect the norm to be. Whether that's the case against all publishers and developers is a different story. Like, I feel like there's been... I don't feel like it's a recent thing, but more so in, like, early in the gen and early, like, last gen, there was more so lists that didn't capitalize on every mode in a game, or didn't flesh out the game. It was just, let's concentrate on achievements just to, you know, just for the sake of having achievements, more so, rather than like achievements to me are more so of, all right, developer, publisher, how can we showcase our game in the best possible way? How can we create an enjoyable experience while still getting our gamers to experience, like, everything that we've put in?
Yeah, it's finding that balance.
Yeah,
because you don't want to force someone to stick into a mode for like a separate mode for 100 hours. I mean, in the general sense, I know Gears does stuff with their multiplayer that takes forever, but games like that kind of live and die in their multiplayer.
Yeah, I feel like with Gears, though, that's more an exception of being, like, especially, like, seriously, in that being iconic to achievement hunters.
Whether that's good or bad, iconic is up for debate, but iconic nonetheless, yeah.
But, like, you know, easily recognisable as some of the hardest achievements in all gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, back in the day of having something like Seriously on your tag and, you know, having that to showcase. But, I mean, it really depends on the game now, though.
Yeah, it does. So, moving from this onto less than stellar news, Mixer has unfortunately just died.
Yeah,
like,
it did.
It's Mixer did not grow in the way that Microsoft were expecting or hoping. So they are shuttering Mixer essentially and partnering with Facebook Gaming.
Yeah, so are they... Like, there's been a bit of discussion around it today, more so about Ninja and Shroud's earnings and how much they are apparently offered to go to Facebook Gaming. In terms of the the actual swap over, has there been much said about like their partnership going forward, or
whose partnership? Microsoft and Facebook?
Microsoft and Facebook, or is it purely a, hey, look, Mixer didn't work out for us. We're happy for you to take the contracts of these two over. Or is it more so a case of...
What, Ninja and Shroud?
Ninja and Shroud, because...
No, Ninja and Shroud were paid out?
They were paid out, but there's speculation that Facebook offered them double to continue the contracts with Facebook Gaming.
What was... And I don't know if this is true. The rumour going around was that Facebook, as part of the deal for taking over essentially the Mixer users, the people that streamed and stuff, they had required to offer Ninja and Shroud double what they were contracted by at Mixer.
Yeah.
So that is allegedly about 30 million from Mixer for Ninja. So then that would be 60 in his contract.
Yep.
And Shroud was on about 10, allegedly. So then 20 from Facebook. They were both paid out in full by Mixer, so they got their 30 million and their 10 million.
Yep.
And were released from contract and did not choose to... choose to sign with Facebook Gaming.
It's a question whether that offer actually did go through or not.
Yep.
Because it's all rumour. Isn't it?
Yep. We have all we know is people who sort of are within the esports industry are essentially making tweets and having inside sources that they're obviously not allowed to say.
Yeah.
We don't know for sure whether they were offered. We presume they were. Facebook makes so much money. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't have.
I'm sure they'd be trying to break into new spaces too.
Yep. So, I don't think either of them have made a decision about where they move to next, aside from not going with Facebook Gaming.
Yeah.
As for other people on Mixer, Facebook Gaming are essentially offering Mixer partners a similar contract to what they were on with Mixer. Yeah. I don't know if it's identical, but it's relatively similar. Virtually the same contract in a partnership sense, in that they'll be able to monetize their streams and whatever.
And it's meant to be a simple, like a fairly simple...
Anyone who's a partner is automatically a partner on Facebook Gaming. Anyone who is in like the... Mixer had much like Twitch have affiliate, and then the next step up is partner. Mix had something similar where you could monetize your streams, but you maybe didn't have access to everything that a partner had. Yeah. And same thing, they'll be allowed to, on Facebook Gaming, do the equivalent thing, whatever that is, where they can monetize their streams on Facebook Gaming and, do all that stuff. It's disappointing that the announcement came apparently so suddenly. Obviously, higher up were having these talks. Like, this is not a overnight decision that
this is
the execs are making.
Months.
The executives are obviously talking about this for ages with Facebook. It's unfortunate that people working on Mixer, and a lot of people that I follow on Twitter used to work on the Microsoft side of Mixer, and they're now like, I've just found out about this an hour before the announcement came out. I'm getting moved to another department on Microsoft. Like that they weren't at all informed, and you can do it in NDA situations where they can't say anything, but just to essentially what seems like
had it dropped on you, just
it feels like a Telltale style drop.
Yeah.
Of, you have 30 minutes to leave this building because Mixer doesn't exist anymore, so get your stuff and go. It's quite unfortunate. So now your main options are YouTube Gaming, or YouTube, like their live streaming service, Twitch, which is as monstrous as ever in terms of size, not in terms of what they do, because we don't need to speculate there about the things we know. And Facebook Gaming. Facebook Gaming and YouTube Gaming had teeny tiny market share.
Yeah.
So they really didn't have much market share, and they obviously don't still now. Like they had a graph about the increase in hours watched in April 2020 for streamers. Mixer had tiny growth, almost no growth. Basically sat around 37 billion for the hours watched from April 2019 to April 2020. Sorry, April 2019 compared to April 2020.
Yeah.
They had a 0.2% growth and were basically sitting at 37 billion.
Whereas everybody else had quite
Facebook Gaming had 300 million. YouTube Gaming had 461 million.
Yeah.
Twitch had 1.5 billion essentially. So Twitch did, quick maths, 5,000% better than Mixer.
I'm just going to take your word for it.
1,500 divided by, we say 30, that's the one I used.
Yeah.
50 as a percentage. It's 5,000. Yep. Nailed it. Oh! Yeah. And YouTube and Facebook Gaming together had about like a little bit under.
Like it was tiny. Yeah.
1.5% of Mixer's views.
Yeah.
So, combined, YouTube Gaming and Facebook Gaming had less than 1 billion. Mixer's was at 37 billion. That's you're essentially saying, move on to Facebook Gaming where the audience doesn't exist.
Yep.
Move on to YouTube Gaming where the audience doesn't exist. Move on to Facebook Gaming that we are organising, so you'll be back where you were, but you have no viewers, so you won't be making any money through monetization.
Yep.
You'll also be on Facebook, which I don't know how the streaming works there. Is it if I streamed, is that that's Kirby Chin is streaming, and
I don't know.
Don't care.
The only person I know that does Facebook streaming is what's his name? The Boxheads. He's in it. No.
What?
No, there's a guy. He's from TA and he streams. Like he has his Gamerscore going.
Oh, I have no idea.
Trying to think what his name
right,
is.
but
yeah.
I haven't looked into this because it dropped in the last 24 hours. I haven't looked into how Facebook does their streaming stuff with the gaming side of things, whether you create an alias, and much like we do on Twitch and Mixer, and do it that way, or whether it's attached to your Facebook account, and that's your name and your friends and families that don't care about gaming, and you don't necessarily want don't want them to see you stream, but like that's not for them.
From what I'm looking at, like it looks as if I've just gone to the Boxhead's page because that's the only one I can think of that I actually follow.
His name's actually Boxhead, my bad.
No. He's Great Pop Bandito.
Okay.
On Twitch, but I'm pretty sure he's getting a network of achievement hunters together to stream on Facebook.
Yikes.
Yep. But basically, it looks like your liked page kind of thing with popular streams at the very top, and then just very similar to a typical Facebook stream.
So it's like a group page.
Yeah, it's like a group page or like a like page.
All right, that you manage. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, I'm still. Is there any way to see what main Facebook page that is associated with?
How do you mean?
Like, I assume it has to be attached to a Facebook page because that's how these work. Is there any way you can see that it is essentially... You can see, it is Cameron that has this page. This stream page is Cameron's.
It's like is...
Not at face value, you can't.
No, not at face value, unless you're advertising it as that. Like, I would say more so a corporate or a company kind of presentation.
Okay. That's, again, not so bad. Still pretty terrible because they don't have the audience. Moving to YouTube Gaming, which has a bit more of a culture for live streaming, but still, you don't have those are rookie numbers. We need to pump those up.
Yeah.
Or you move back to Twitch, or for the first time to Twitch, and you are a small fish in a ocean again.
taking into consideration too how hard it is to move an audience. Like how
the audience has
hard.
to move. The audience is going somewhere. I don't think the audience is going. I think most of the audience is dead.
Yeah.
In the sense that they're not going to watch streams anymore. Because I have no idea. I think Twitch is a bit more daunting for someone to move across.
Like a smaller creator.
Creator.
Yeah.
I haven't streamed on Twitch for years. I barely streamed on when I was streaming, it was all on Mixer. That's where I grew. I mean, wasn't big in any regard, but I've dropped from, because I didn't stream on Twitch at all, I dropped from 300 followers or so on Mixer. I have 15 on Twitch, maybe 16 now. There's been a couple follows from the people who were streamers and had followed me on Mixer, so that's probably bumped up my numbers a little. But I'm down to under 10% of my followers just because I didn't have that. And the few times that I did stream on Twitch, it was people would join. You got a lot more toxic people. You got people that were there to ruin things rather than to be part of the community. At least when you were smaller. When you were bigger, you had mods and stuff that could deal with it. When you were smaller, you sort of were just there and at the mercy of these idiots, and you had to take time out of your stream to deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate how Microsoft have handled this, in my opinion. It's unfortunate that people there were people who moved immediately as soon as Beam and all that opened up and were an avenue with Microsoft. They were, yep, we are here, we're going to grow this, we are with you 100%, and they just got shuttered as well. It's disappointing for a lot of people, and I don't think it was a graceful way to do it, and I don't look forward to streaming.
I honestly, I feel so sorry for the smaller creators that are going to be personally affected by this, either that are trying to, we're trying to make their...
It was much easier to build a good audience on Mixer than it was on
Twitch.
On Twitch, and I feel like it was a lot more accessible and understanding of achievement hunting, because it was an Xbox platform, it was a Microsoft platform.
Yeah,
that appeal was a bit more apparent on Mixer than it might be on Twitch. We'll see it. This might be the best thing that's ever happened to every single Mixer streamer. We don't know. But I don't think it will be.
Well, I mean, Ninja and Shroud have basically walked away with wins.
They made out big. I don't know that Ninja will go back to Twitch. I don't know what he's going to do. Shroud, I could see going back to Twitch, but it won't affect Shroud too much. I think it'll affect Ninja more because he left Twitch for a reason. Twitch were doing him a disservice, and he left because of that. Whereas once he left, that's when Shroud sort of went, yo, okay, maybe you can do me a better deal than what Twitch are doing.
Like this,
as opposed to
Ninja gave
Twitch.
him a voice, basically.
One of the other big names, King Gathalion, has moved over to Facebook Gaming and is going to try and grow that platform there. So that, I think that one's interesting, because the fact that he's stuck with them, and that'll be interesting for me to watch, because I do enjoy Gathalion streams. King Goth, good stuff. But yeah. Do you have? Sorry, this one honestly has been a lot of just me talking. Did you have anything you wanted to add, Cameron?
I'm just trying to think. Like, there's so many different angles of this. Like, there's the business viewpoint, there's the personal viewpoint of like how this will affect the community and affect people that are predominantly like use Mixer. Is there main source of income.
Yep. There were
Like-
people who were well established on Mixer and had only been on Mixer, now starting at scratch and Twitch.
Especially in like these trying times where this year already has been that horrible, having COVID, having so much stuff like that affecting everybody's personal lives. It's quite worrying. I watch Philip DeFranco on YouTube, and he made a perfect example today of like, I don't know how I would react if YouTube basically said you've got 4 weeks to move your entire audience to a new platform, to build something that you've been potentially working on for years up again from scratch. Like the mental strain that would cause is just unfathomable.
Yeah. So once you get to a certain size on any of these platforms, that's when you need to start diversifying. That's when you need to you need to start branching into merch, stuff like that, and creating a brand separate from the platform.
Never have all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most of the people on Mixer weren't able to do that. Like, Mixer was their only sort of... They couldn't branch out into merch yet, because they weren't big enough for that, but they were big enough that they were making a livable income. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's an adventure, and unfortunately some of us are caught along with it. I don't know... I mean, I'm going to move to Twitch for the time being just because I have a tiny establishment there. Yeah. But YouTube gaming is certainly an option.
YouTube
YouTube
my
gaming
stuff,
is just a lot more accessible than Twitch.
Yeah. With my stuff, I feel like just chucking out whenever and then just putting it in the Discord if anybody wants to watch along. Usually use it more as a conversation.
We're going to have to restart out the automatic posting bot. Oh.
See, it's making us do work. This is hard.
We're going to have to fix that bot so it does our Twitch streams instead of just a Mixer one. Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah, that bot that I asked you to set up for me like 12 months ago.
I don't know how the bots work. Let me look at these bots. I don't even know where the bots are in this thing.
I like how I asked Reptar in the other Discord, and he's like, "Yep, done." Like, a call of 2 minutes. I asked you 12 months ago.
How do bot work? I don't even know where. I don't know where our bots are in this thing. That. Boom, 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 boom. What does it, Dino? No, that's something else. Yeah, I don't know how the... yeah. That's right, we'll figure it out. That's for another time, anyway.
Can you make it so anybody that asked you could just automatically be promoted in promotions?
In self-promotion. I think there's a limit to the bot unless we pay. And that's why it was a host-only thing.
Okay. Yep.
But I'll have a look. I got to remember which bot does it. Yeah.
Too many bots.
A bunch of bots. I don't think Tatsu does anything.
We just got bots in it for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Look, as long as we're posting funny pictures and all that, it's all good.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Certainly will go first.
Cool.
It was Couchbot. Where's Couchbot gone? Does he exist in our server anymore?
I don't know.
I don't think he does. I don't think Couchbot exists.
Tarragon's just deleted it out for the sake of it.
I mean, because all he did was that. We can get one of the other bots to do it, I'm sure. Anyway, what I've been playing... Well, I think it's mostly from the last week. It might have some stuff from slightly longer, but it's all pretty relevant. We'll kick it off with our favourite game of all games that we've been playing together, Dead Island Riptide, on the Xbox One. We're basically at the point of no return, or once we progress slightly further in the story, we'll be at the point of no return, and we'll end up... we've backtracked a little. We're doing side quests and finishing those up and seeing if we can get some of the cumulative achievements out of the way. Because, I mean, I've got level 70, which is going to be a slog for me because I started so much lower than you guys. And I might honestly just hit level 60 in Dead Island and then import a character again rather than...
Yeah, I'm just debating whether it will actually be quicker for you to use the tutorial method rather than...
Play again.
rather than play again, what will actually be quicker?
What's the tutorial? Tell me later.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I just do the champagne glitch on Dead Island, get that character to 60, and then import that.
Yeah.
Rather than continuing this, because this character might be 56 by the time we're done, maybe 57. So hopefully we'll get all the quests done there. We had a lot of fun trying to get zombies to grab people. There's a lot.
And then throwing explosive knives near them.
Explosive knives. Look, I found a never-ending stash of rocket launcher ammo, and so Brad and I had a good fun time playing tag, where I was always it, and tag meant you were dead.
What about the zombie stuck on the wall that we spent like 5 minutes trying to kill?
Yep. We had a zombie stuck in the corner that
we couldn't hit.
We've just resorted to throwing Molotovs and hoping he stood in it a little bit, caught fire, and if it slowly worked his way to death, because we had no way of hitting him, because the AI had beat him so bad he beat him through the wall.
And just would not come back.
He would not return to us. But look, the game is terrible and we hate it and it's awful, but we're nearly done. I reckon...
But collectibles are done, which is the main thing.
Collectibles are completely done, which is great. I reckon 3 more sessions at most. I don't know how long the rest of the game after the point of no return is.
I think we've got like 25 to 30 quests to do, which, I mean, just the side quests. We should honestly probably get them done in a session.
Maybe 2, and then another session to finish the story, depending on how long we go.
Yeah, depending on, finishing the session will probably be finishing the final chapter will probably be like half an hour, I'd imagine. Decent enough.
No idea. But yeah, I don't have too many to go. It's just that charge ability.
Charge is going to be that's going to be a pain.
Awful, terrible, disgusting. Timberman Versus, game that came out recently for like $2.99, so I bought it. Xbox Play Anywhere. There are some weird syncing issues or achievement popping issues. None of my achievements would pop on the Windows 10 when I played, but once I launched them and the save synced on my Xbox, they would all pop. Okay. So everything I was getting on the Windows 10 would pop on the Xbox, but it just wasn't popping at the time. There are also a lot of buggy achievements. They all work, but they just aren't the description of the achievement. So it's some of it, like, you have to use this character in this level. Now, levels are randomly generated, so you just keep basically restarting until you get the right level. But the character you use is not the character that the achievement says. So they all work, they just don't work in the way that they say. There is one broken achievement so far. That's for scoring 100 points with each character. That's very simple to do once you've unlocked all the characters, but that's just not working. There's also an achievement for saving 10 birds in a specific mode. That's actually 100, not 10, so that'll take a little bit longer. Now, what the game is in and of itself, do you know those games where you've just got a tree going straight up and there's branches coming out, and you have to hit either left or right to chop that side, and so you basically just want to chop the side that the branch isn't on so you don't hit the branch?
Yeah, when you say that, I don't know why the first thing that came to mind is the Winnie the Pooh minigame in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Imagine that, but you're chopping down the tree. So there's a branch on the right side, so you hit the left side to chop it down.
Yep.
And then branches keep coming down, and you get score every time you do a chop. And you lose as soon as you hit a branch. It's that, the game.
Okay.
The other difficult... I say difficult... apparently people are having no problem with it. I had a little trouble, got there eventually. Is essentially scoring 1,000 points in classic mode, so that's 1,000 hits.
Yeah.
A perfect run will take you about 2 to 3 minutes. So again, not super long, but you have to kind of be perfect for 2 to 3 minutes, and there's a timer slowly going down, that the rate at which it goes down gets faster as you get further along in your points. So you have to maintain a level of pace. It's not super quick, but it's fairly steady, and you can get a bit panicky towards the end if you're like me. I know, like, I got 700 once, and I was like, oh, damn, and then didn't get close to that for ages. Then I got 975, and choked and cried. And then within 10 turns, I got like 1100 and gave up because I'm like, okay, I've got the achievement.
I was going to say, I laugh at you, but there's so many games I do the exact same thing.
Where just like, I'm like, okay, I'm at 950. I don't need to rush. Like, I can go a lot slower because my timer is full because it refills every time you do a successful hit. I'm like, my time is full. I can just take it a little bit easy. Okay, right, left. Now right again. Oh my god, my finger slipped onto left. Oh god, I hit the damn it. Oh my god, I hate myself. Why did I do this to myself? Oh no.
Yeah.
So I've basically got unlocking all the characters and saving the bird a bunch of times. So it's just kind of I'm at grind point now. I've done all the skill based ones. I'm just at the grind. Trover Saves the Universe I played played a little bit on the weekend to show off to the new lady friend because she enjoys Rick and Morty and it's from the same creators. So,
okay,
you can tell it's a VR game.
Okay, I've never played it. I honestly know nothing about it.
It's a very Rick and Morty humor.
Yep.
And this style of dialogue and stuff is very Rick and Morty.
Yep.
I don't know that I like the gameplay.
Okay.
So essentially, you are stuck in a chair, and the only way you can move is you move a character on screen with the player in the chair has a controller that moves the character on screen. Yep. When you move into a certain pad, you can teleport your character there. And essentially, your character is the camera, so you can look around and see things. But the person that you're moving can move independent from your view. Okay. So you could look to the left, he won't follow you unless you make him run around to where you're looking.
Yeah.
You can lock on to where he is, so that whenever he moves, you'll follow him. But, I mean, there are times when you want to look around and sometimes you forget where he is and stuff.
Yeah.
And you get an ability later to make your player in the chair go up higher, so you can have a better view, stuff like that.
So just like this, yeah.
It's essentially you are a camera, and you can, but it feels weird to play. Like it doesn't.
Is it just specifically because it's designed, or is meant to be designed as a VR game? And
I think because it's designed to be a VR game, I think that would work. Looking around and stuff in VR, and then controlling this person as you're looking, I think that would work in VR. Yep. I don't think it works as well here.
Okay.
I think the humor is okay. If you were watching the game is, I think, like 6 hours long for a playthrough. Yep. If you were watching a 6-hour episode of Rick and Morty, you'd probably get pretty sick of it towards the end.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy the show. I think it's good. I think the humor's good.
Yeah.
I think the long
having exposure to that, like over a period of time, yeah. Playing in like half an hour chunks kind of thing would be a lot more beneficial.
Yeah, so I mean, I only did like the tutorial and a level, and I was trying to find all the collectibles in the level, so she helped me out with that, spotting things I didn't see and stuff. I'm like, oh, awesome, cool. But
teamwork.
I don't. At this stage, I don't think it's a good game.
Okay.
I think it can be fun and it's funny, but as a game, I don't think it's good yet. It might get better, but right now, I don't think it's good.
Yeah.
Like it has really good moments. There's a part where it's like, if you kill these things, I'll give you an upgrade because they're annoying me. So go kill them. So you go kill them, right? And they are the enemies in this world. You're like, yep, kill them. Like, oh, awesome. Here's an upgrade for you. Here's a double jump. And then sort of I was exploring the area. I'm like, oh, more enemies. Okay, yep, go kill them. And these enemies were like in a pen. And the guy that gives me the upgrade goes, yo, what the F? Those are my pets. What are you doing? Like, what? You killed my pets. What the hell? What's going on? Why did you do that?
Yeah.
And your character's like, what do you mean these are your pets? These are the same enemies that you just had me kill earlier. He's like, yeah, no, but these were my pets. These were in a cage. These were tamed. What are you doing? You just murdered my pets. And there's an achievement for it, but like those moments are good.
Yeah.
We're sort of spontaneous, not expecting that humor.
Yeah.
the just general progress and humor, it was wearing on me.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it could be a good game. It's just not yet.
Yeah.
We also then played Jumanji the video game together, local co-op.
This is like based on the new Jumanji, yeah?
Yeah, based on the new Jumanjis. Plays Jack Black because he has an ability where he can heal himself, and that's pretty much the only advice I can give you. Apparently, there are online required achievements. So if you own this game, or perhaps are a game share partner with me, maybe we need to do these achievements. So just not calling out anyone in particular.
No pressure, Fug.
What the fuck are you doing? Not playing with me?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Look, I mean, it's a third-person shooter. It's fine. It's not good. It's not bad. It's fine.
It's a movie game.
It's a movie tie-in game by Outright Games, who have done all of those licensed games. It's too expensive.
Who did Zombieland Double Tap?
I don't think Outright Games, but that's not a kiddie game either.
Okay, yeah.
But they did Paw Patrol, Ugly Dolls, the new Gigantosaurus game, Ice Age Scrat's Adventure.
Yeah.
They did those games.
All your favourites.
Yeah, I think I own them all. Which is the worst part.
Jeez.
After that, I think we were out at dinner, and she was like, "Oh, there was a game I used to play when I was younger. It's the Simpsons game. It was really fun." I'm like, "Do you mean the GTA one or the other one?" She's like, "Not the GTA one, the other one." I'm like, "Yeah, no, I own that. We can play that if you want." She's like, "Oh my god!" She like freaked out. I'm like,
because I'm just like on Saturday. I'm just like, I think it was Saturday or Sunday. I'm just like
Saturday. Yeah.
Kirby's playing Simpsons game. Kirby's just going to spend the whole podcast talking about the Simpsons game
because that's all he's played.
It's such a weird.
Yeah, she just remembered, and then she's like, "Oh, and also I'm always Bart or Marge. So if those are ever in it, you can't beat them." I'm like, "All right then, whatever. That's fine by me." Okay.
Don't be Homer in the Land of Chocolate then. Suit yourself.
Yeah. So I was player 2 so that she could do all the non-level walking to the next stage bits because I just wanted to browse YouTube or whatever in between those boring the levels.
Yeah.
So I was technically player 2, but I was signed into player 1's account. We got basically everything except the last level.
Yep.
I did some of the last level, and I'm like, whoa, this is... It is not an easy game.
Yeah.
Like...
It's on the longer side, too.
Only because they just throw enemies at you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just an endless run of enemies, and that's not a hard game. That's a difficult for the sake of it game.
Yeah.
It's
longer for the sake of it, yeah?
Yeah.
From memory.
I didn't get all the collectibles in all the levels because I was not playing for that, so I'm going to have to do that on a cleanup run, and then the time trials on another cleanup run. So this is a 3 playthrough game for me at this point, if not more, because I might miss something. But is it a good game? I don't think it's a good game either. Maybe it just shows its age. Maybe it's just showing its age.
It's okay. I think it was fair enough for that time, but it's mediocre.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just
no. It wasn't offensive, but I just think playing it now, given I've played so many better platformers and action adventure platformers like that,
I feel like it's one of those games too that probably hadn't thought out the achievement list as well.
Yeah. Oh boy, the attempts they make to break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
What? We found a video game manual for this video game that we're in about video games? Alright, buddy. Settle down.
That's okay. If I wanted that kind of humour, I'd play Family Guy Back to the Multiverse.
I also have that one.
That's exactly in the same realm of things, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and last but not least, and I don't think there's anyone that hasn't done this, Endless Legend Win 10. Well, actually, there's a lot of people that haven't done it, because I was the 35th to complete.
I was going to say, when did you finish it?
Yesterday night. I won't say no.
So
yesterday night I did Rocket League, and then I think I did that, and it took me 19 minutes to complete.
Because
so
I had a major...
Wow, it has dropped from 4 KTA to 1.6.
Yeah, I was going to say it's definitely dropped, hasn't it?
Oh, I did not realise it dropped that quick.
Okay, Jeez. I have another milestone this week. Okay.
So hold up, let me look. I started this at 10:29, and I finished it at 10:48. So it took me 19 minutes.
I'm just trying to see where I ended up in it.
I think you're a 20-something. So essentially, our very own Planting42, with help of friends, he didn't do this alone, found some console commands that unlocked achievements, and he helped, had a bunch of people help him streamline it once he'd sort of released it to the public. Sangrias from the Hidden Levels has put an auto hotkey script in the forums as well. So nice. You load up the game, hit F11, and it basically unlocks all the achievements for you. Except for maybe the one where you have to click the things.
Okay, because I was just typing it the whole time. Yeah. Like, won't copy and paste. All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, 19 minutes. It's a Game Pass for PC. I think it's like Civilization, but with maybe a bit more in depth. But I'm not.
I was going to say Civ would be the closest thing. I would say it'd be in that same type of game.
Yeah.
I don't know if more in depth Civ does not the exact kind of stuff.
I have no idea.
Quite similar.
I have no idea.
It is like,
but it feels like Civ to me.
With obtainable achievements. None of them changes.
Had an unobtainable until this.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, that got fixed. Soon, console commands are valid methods of unlocking.
Cool.
I think it just got buggy on it because it was... Yeah. But yeah, so if you do want to just try out the game and not have to worry about perhaps not getting a few achievements and being stuck with it on your tag, there's console commands. So you could try it out, play it, get your enjoyment out of it, and then mop up with the achievements. Other way around, get all the achievements and then be able to play the game without thinking about the achievements. Just sort of enjoy it. You're more than welcome to that. You can use it, abuse it, leave it behind, like I did. Just be warned, it is an 8 GB download, so I mean it's not huge, but it's not tiny either. So there is that. Yeah. But it is in Game Pass for PC, so that's always good news.
It's on the bigger side of games that we usually download to harass for an hour completion.
Yeah. Certainly, especially when I was throttled to like 4 megabits a second download.
Oh, really?
I have been completely throttled. I'm switching ISP next month. I'm going to get gigabit, and I don't think it's necessarily the ISP. I think it's the whole global situation, but I'm going to blame them.
Yeah, but like, still, you're personally affected, and like, how dare they?
Affected. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How'd you finish up for the week?
So I ended up with, and now I've clicked out of it, 2,415 for the week. Not a stellar week, but I mean, I also...
Better than your previous weeks.
Better than my previous month. I think that's better than I did in May, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah. Honestly, I genuinely think that's better than
there was a few weeks there where I'm just like, yep, he's sitting on a big donut.
Yeah. Look, let me just tell you, quarantine was not fun. Yeah. I had that was better than I did in May that week.
Okay. I'm not surprised, and I'm sure that any achievements that you locked during May were simply professional Sudoku players.
Actually, well, I did some Riptide. I did the Human Fall Flat DLC. I did PUBG. And I did most of My Country 2020. Damn you, cloud saves not offline gameplay not working. But not a lot. I've been. I don't know if it's a bit burnt out or what, but I'm just easing my way back into this achievement hunting business. I'm still looking at 1 million by the end of August, so that's basically 60k in 2 and a bit months,
doable.
Which is doable, especially with what I own. Like, I still own probably 40 games under 3 hours long. Yeah. So, like, it's there. I just need to do it.
And then every other Rattle Arca coming out every week, and definitely doable.
That certainly helps. What have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot, actually, this week.
Damn it.
It's been crazy. I don't know where to begin. I guess I'll talk quickly. Yeah, Endless Legend. Did that last night as well after I saw Planning update his status on TA, good old Warren, having that guide, sat there for half an hour typing it out, except for, I want to say, the Endless Day achievement, which I kept on going, Endless Day. And I'm like, it's not affecting anything. Not realizing I have to do Endless Day space on.
Oh. Just like, /endless day, done.
It's like, why isn't it unlocking? And then I put a post on the Discord. I'm like, hey, Warren, can I get help? And then I realized 10 minutes after what I had done, quickly tried to delete the post and just go, yeah, no one is the wiser. Perfect. But, yeah, I'm not surprised that the TA went down on this quickly.
I'm not surprised it went down quickly. I'm surprised it dropped that much.
Well, I mean, like, if it's in Game Pass, it's easy. Other than that, what else have I done? Iroh Hero and Project Starship, how would you describe them?
Relatively easy shmups.
Yeah, just shooty.
Shmups where you're not stressing.
Yeah. Just go through the level,
You
shoot.
just play, you grab, it's sort of, most of them are pretty cumulative. Like, you're not stressing. You're having a good time. Project Starship, I think...
Hardest one's the second level.
I'm thinking of Red Death, never mind. Different game. Iroh Hero is good. It's baby's first Ikaruga.
Yeah.
Which is just your colour switching. If you like that and you want a challenge, but not Ikaruga levels of challenge, you will enjoy Powerumi, which is sort of the same thing but with 3 colours.
Yep.
But nowhere near the bullet hell level of Ikaruga.
Okay.
So, go for it.
So I smashed them out. What else did I do? I did a little bit of Radio Squid last night because I'm using that for my 400k, which I'm 2 achievements off.
Why? Why Radio Squid? Any reason?
I spoke with Valak first, and then I had the idea of, like, I'm going to do air guitar, the air guitar gamepad edition, just for the sake of it. Just thought, interesting title, quick enough for completion. It didn't work, and I just joined a party with Valak, and I just said, hey, what do you reckon's a good one for 400k? And he's just like, just play Radio Squid. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'll do that.
All right, then.
Okay, no reasoning. Yep, cool, I'll do Radio Squid. Mr. Marshmallows on Pizza. I was going to say nobody's going to understand that reference, except for, like, a very select few people. Did some Friday the 13th on Saturday after I finished work. So playing with, who was it doing? Mike, Nev, Valak. Reptile was in the party, but he wasn't doing it. Who else was there? Somebody else. We were just, mucking around, boosting kills, that kind of stuff. To which I think Mike was talking about, like, oh, look at my sexy outfit here. I'm just going to dance for a bit. To which somebody made the reference Dancing Queen to, I've got some lovely new G560 speakers on my setup now. So we were just blasting ABBA through the chat. Just cool. Hysterics, yep.
That's how that works.
Fun times. I deliver on the music. I'm a DJ now. But yeah, I did a little bit of that, so that's stuck on my tag now, and will be a fun completion. Yeah, gotta push that completion percentage down, yeah?
Yeah.
One day I'll hit 50.
Always.
Metro Exodus, I started it. I haven't surprisingly gone back to it. I did, I think, the first 3 levels, getting all the collectibles, doing the moral point stuff, just following the guide. Great game. I don't want to just sit down and just slog this out, even though it's leaving Game Pass in a week. But I know that it's going to be one of those games that will be eventually like $10, and I'll probably pick it up again then.
Yeah.
And I'll probably pick it up the DLC when it goes on sale again next time. What else? Yeah, we talked about Dead Island Riptide. I mean, we've done all the collectibles now. We've got 1 chapter to do with the story. Basically just going through cleanup mode. What else did I do? So Radio Squid started last night. Didn't really talk much about it. It's very similar in the vein of the Adventures of Atlanta Temple. Is it?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure the exact title, but it's very similar to that. pretty much exactly the near identical kind of game, except it's like you're picking up this musical instrument or something that just immediately makes you start shooting. But because you can shoot off screen and they'll come back from the opposite direction, you can take damage from your own hits.
Oh,
so it's constantly moving, trying to take out the enemies and then moving on to the next bit. But I've only got the 2 achievements to go, which is defeating the stage 2 boss and defeating the stage 3 boss. It's roguelike, so it's easy. Also got Inverts, which is platformer. End of the stages is just versing bosses, but swapping between, I guess, 2 different environments, dimensions. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
But just navigating it as a platformer, inverting it like that. The only 2 achievements I need to do in this is inverting 1,000 times and then dying 1,000 times now, which I basically just stopped to get right onto 999,000. What else is there? Go quickly through my main... I've got 4 left. Forza Horizon 4. Did everything in the update relatively easily in about 2 hours. Longest one was taking the photos. There isn't a glitched achievement, which is Stay Home, which the devs are looking at, which is basically just buying this one particular house in the game. I find it so ironic that the achievement Stay Home, obviously a COVID reference, glitches out of everything. But yeah, relatively easy update. And then I don't know whether I'll keep this installed again or uninstall it, just because I have the full completion. Coffee Talk, have you played that yet? For Games Ago?
I will be tonight.
Okay. Surprisingly...
Possibly right now.
Surprisingly really good game. Oh, yeah.
Possibly I had to alt-tab back to you.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I just launched it to see. Sorry, without ruining it, I have discovered there's a skip all conversation option.
Yeah, but you have to go for the game once.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Oh, it's okay. Then that's different to the Xbox, then I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm on Windows 10. Just
okay. I would recommend that you play for it normally, though. It is honestly a really enjoyable game. So I think
when
you'll watch a video. You'll watch a video. Yeah, cool.
No, I won't watch the video, but I'll do a playthrough when if she's on the Xbox and I need something to do. Yep, go. Sorry.
Basically, Coffee Talk is you're a barista, you're serving, but you're serving in a magical world. So you're not just serving humans, you're serving vampires, werewolves, astronauts. Oh god, astronaut. What do you think the astronaut's name is, Kirby?
The astronaut's name is Astro.
No. Gets better. It's Neil, because it's the name most commonly associated with astronauts.
Yep, Neil.
Yep, just Neil. And
yep.
And he's come to Earth to breed, yeah?
He's come to Earth to breed.
To breed. He's not sure how to breed, but he wants to get your advice. It's just honestly, you need to play through Neil's bit, because it's just side splitting hilarious. There's a few discussions in the game which I think reflect 2020 quite well. Just certain societal conversations that we should be having. But it does a really good job of presenting the world around us using, the magical, the backdrop of elves and werewolves and vampires to have that conversation, which I think is quite well. Got to the point of some of the drinks in the game just sound interesting to me.
Yep.
Can't remember the last time I had a coffee. Went out after the game and got a coffee on Sunday morning in Nikita.
Yep. How do you take your coffee?
I usually have a chai latte.
Yep. Sorry.
Yep.
Chai grosses me out, but that's nothing wrong with you. That's
so.
Me.
Usually, I'll have a tall chai latte with a shot of caramel.
Okay.
That's usually how I take it. If I am having anything with coffee in it, I had on Sunday a white chocolate mocha. It was amazing. Yep. I will very rarely go with something, just coffee itself. I would usually mix in something sweet.
Okay.
But yeah, good game. Endless mode, not too challenging. It's just basically pausing, going back, and then working out what they're talking about using the Garden TA. Yeah.
Yep.
Easy completion. Really, surprisingly enjoyable.
Yeah.
One of those background kind of can sit with your partner and have a conversation about it games too.
Music's really chill.
One of the achievements is just going through the music in the game as well.
Cool.
To which I got confused about trying to why isn't this popping? Oh wait, this popped 5 levels ago, just through natural story progression. Guide says differently, but alright, it's unlocked. Cool.
We'll take it.
So there's that. Remnant DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Me, Matt, and Brad finally started it. Had a look. Just going through. Yeah, survival. We ended up with that tree hugger, splitter, whatever the hell you want to call it. On our survival mode, first attempt, immediately killed us. Not surprising. I feel like it's a hefty lot of content that's been added, so it'll be interesting to see what they to play through it and to go through the final DLC that will hit in August, whether it's still in Game Pass.
Yeah, that'll be the kicker. That'll be the deal breaker.
Leaves Game Pass next month, and I'll be like, "Oh, $39 game I have to get from." I think the cheapest I've seen is Target at this point.
Yeah. And you would get it physically at this point, so you could sell it on, honestly.
Yeah. I would definitely pick up a physical. It's a really good game.
Yeah.
Anyway, talking about Remnant, Remnant's movement, I quite like the gameplay. So, I went down to EB, probably earlier in the week, and I bought a few games in the sale.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up Immortal Unchained. How do I describe this?
Immortal Unchained is...
Yeah. It's Dark Souls with guns.
It's Dark Souls, isn't it?
Yeah. It's gun Souls, basically.
Immortal Unchained? Yeah.
Yeah. So, I've been playing this for the majority of the week, and this is a big one that I've been working on. It is difficult. Its closest competitor is Dark Souls. I've never played Dark Souls myself, but, Dark Souls is recognized for its difficulty. It's very... some sessions are very unforgiving. There was... the one boss that inspired my tweet on Sunday, I had been smashing my head against it for 2 hours, grinding in a particular level, which I think it was the end of the second level.
Yeah,
I got him down to 1% health, I kid you not, tiniest hit of health, and then basically does a massive swing of me. One hit kills me. I was it's
that
just,
tweet.
Yeah, so it's easily 50 times of his health, 1/50th of his health, and it's yep, cool, we're doing this again. To the point of I went back to the optional boss in stage 2 and just went, alright, I'm going to stand, I'm going to just, be up for the top of this cliffside. I'm going to get my sniper because I've gone to ranger class, because if you invest all your skill points into perception and that kind of stuff, you get higher crit damage.
Yep.
Basically just sat on the side of the cliff. Alright, snipe. Got a little bit of health down. Alright. Get some more ammo. Snipe. For about 20 minutes. It was...
That sounds so boring.
So
terrible.
Honestly, but you have to be careful because, this boss is incredibly difficult. If he hits you, manage to get 2 hits on you, that's it, you're done. You have to start again. And you don't get those ammo crates in that back, so... Yeah, it's one of those kind of games.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
But saying that, killing that optional boss got me enough points for about 3 levels.
Yeah.
So the trade-off was worth it. But at the same time, you carry your currency in the game as bits. You use that for your leveling of your weapons. You use that for your leveling of yourself. You use that for unlocking certain aspects to... You can have like 3 on a character dependent on your level. I've only unlocked 2, but I've got one that allows me to dodge better and take more damage resistance. So basically your bits are your main way of leveling in the game. Mm-hmm. You die in a particular area, your bits will drop there. You die again, you'll lose your bits.
Yep, that sounds fairly typical for games of this nature.
Yep. So I've gone to the stage now where, you know, I finally got through level 2 on Sunday. I'm like, alright, cool. I've gone to the point that going back through level 2, because you've got to go back to the start of the level to go back to the main hub and then go on to the next world. Got back. Alright, easily just 1-2-shotting everything compared to at the start of it where I was, you know, you have to like sneak through the area, take a shot, move back a bit, wait till they walk back, take a shot. Like, just taking it slowly, yeah?
Yep.
To which I go into the new world, 1 hit, just wiped. I'm like, alright, cool. So this, so my leveling in the last world is, basically null and void. I'm probably going to have to do a whole lot of more, you know, just killing the easy ones, investing the bits, getting my character up, doing it that way. Oh, did I mention also this game has 5 playthroughs?
You didn't, but I knew that, sorry.
Yeah, okay. So that's...
I had a friend who... Because I'm pretty sure it had Adam Tainer was at the start, so I had a friend who was essentially playing it a ton because he was hoping it would come back and work. But yes. Yeah.
It's look, it's quite enjoyable sometimes too. Like, I've been looking for a game for a while that had that right amount of challenge where, you know, I could come back to it, just, you know, throw my head against the wall for like an hour or two, get through an area, and then, you know, I think so far, there's 6 like worlds that you have to progress through, and I'm on to the 3rd one. I've unlocked maybe just under 400 Gamerscore from it so far.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's still rewarding me at the same time. I'm using different weapons as I go along, more so in the worlds that I've already done, just to quickly knock that out of the park. It's a good game. But yeah, it's just difficult, pretty much. Anyway, ended up the week on 5,340.
Yeah, you did quite well, didn't you?
Yeah, and that was, I would say, primarily Project Starship. It's Ira Hero, Project Starship, Coffee Talk, and Endless Legend. Mm-hmm. And then just a few easy ones chucked in between.
Yeah. I mean, you certainly weren't the best scorer of the week, but
he's not here. You can't talk about that.
Can't talk about it. Yeah. Okay, so
I mean, like he's too busy leaning over the kitchen sink.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I've asked to be pinged when the next season of that starts up. So
yeah, I don't understand it myself. So
I don't understand it either. So I'm hopefully we'll get some rules or something, so I know what the hell is going on. There's also another little contest that's running next month from June 5th that I might be a part of. Essentially, I'm in the pool of participants, so I don't want to talk about it too much until it either has happened or whatever. But
or gets cancelled.
It won't get cancelled, but I don't know if I'm. I don't know whether I will participate because it's about a 50% chance of doing it because there's like 26 spots and I think about 60 users that could participate. So got about a 50. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you weren't invited. Never mind then.
Jeez, thanks.
Savage. Ooh, Kirby, come on.
I'm sure there was reasons like I wasn't invited. The fact that I have a kid and I have a job and do things with my life.
No, it was people who, you know, are good at true achievements.
Oh, okay, so that site that I use once in a while for a guide and...
Yeah, no, it was essentially people prominent in a specific community. But again, I won't talk about it until it either has passed and I wasn't a part of it, or I am, like, because I don't want to spoil anything, or I am a part of it and I'll talk about it as I go.
You sure? You sure it's not like the story that Alex liked on Twitter, like whether you're the or not? Wait, can I say that word?
No, not really.
No, not really. Whether you're the butt? Can I say that? Can I say butt?
153. The AITA subreddit.
Yeah, that.
I know that subreddit.
So you got invited to the party, yeah? You bought the beer, and then you realised, wait, I wasn't actually invited to the party. I just brought the case of beer with me.
No,
it's like, oh yeah, cool.
I was the one that went to the wedding and pregnant and broke up my my ex-partner's wedding by mentioning to his new wife that we would be co-parenting together because I was pregnant. Yeah. I was that one. That was me.
Oh, there's just so many good... there's so many good stories in the subreddit.
The thing I took out of that one was, damn, Grandma, you savage. You savage bringing her in. Jeez. That's not really here or there, given it's not video games. So, moving on to the sales of the week. Pretty good sales. There's a few games that haven't been on discount or have a really steep discount. For the 5 quickest games, we have Transference, which is 75% off, $6.24.
Yep.
Aborigines, 40% off, $2.99. Horror of the Deep, 30% off, $6.99. Blackwood Crossing, 40% off, $9.59. And Virginia, 80% off, $2.69. Those are sort of your quickest, easiest ones. I have done 4 out of 5, and Horror of the Deep is on my list. The ever-growing list of games that are super easy, I just need to do.
Yeah, I've done 5 quite easy.
Yeah. As for titles we're recommending, I think everyone should buy Dreamfall Chapters. It is 80% off. It is $3.99. It is like I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd part in a trilogy, or the 4th. But
you don't need the other parts to understand the story, yeah?
It recaps it. It's been a while since I've played, and I didn't get very far, but I've watched the first 2 games being played by someone else, and I watched someone play this game. It recaps the story pretty well, so it's better if you've played them, but you definitely don't need it. Like, it does a good job of sort of giving you the important stuff that happened.
I haven't played it in so long, I picked up physical.
It also deals with a lot of sensitive topics in a way that I think is effective and sort of makes you think a bit about them. So I think it's a very good game. As I said, it's 80% off. It's $3.99. That's a crazy good price. I would get it now.
Yeah.
Cameron?
I'm going to say Onrush. It's one of the more enjoyable arcade kind of races, kind of like your Demolition Derby kind of racing style.
Mm-hmm.
Just knock them into the side, into the wall, and then just get boost based off that. It's 80% off for $7.49, or I believe
there is the digital deluxe.
Yeah, it's like $1 more.
Yeah, I don't know that it certainly doesn't. You don't need it for the achievements, but as in you don't need any achievements that come with the digital deluxe edition, but it might help.
You might get like a faster car or something. I don't recall. Like, I just did Onrush when it was in Game Pass, but it was one of the more enjoyable racing experiences I've done. Also going to recommend Metro 2033 Redux for 75% off, $6.73. Metro series is just a good series. My point of view, I'm very big fan of the books. I definitely recommend it as a must play, especially for the cheaper price point. It's usually put on a sale quite a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, you picking up anything?
I am looking at purchasing Dragon Sinker Descendants of Legend. If you didn't guess from the title, that's a Kemco title. If you hadn't guessed.
Yep.
I like my Kemco games. I really should. That's one of my developer publisher series that I'd like to get the full completion on. I mean, I'm pretty close there with Artifacts Mundi. I was complete with Radalaika until Radio Squid, and the new game coming out that is on my console, I just haven't played it yet. So with those 3 published this series, that's kind of the ones I would like to maybe keep up with. So I will definitely get that. It's just a matter of whether it's like this weekend or whatever. Yourself?
I mean, there's not really... Like, I've picked up a few games that are more physical.
Yeah.
Like I said in the Discord today, I picked up Rise of Rain 2. Risk of Rain 2. That includes 1 bundled with it. But, I mean, not really anything from the Microsoft Store sale at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. The game that I hinted at like 12 seconds ago, coming out, the new Ratalaika, A Summer with the Shiba Inu, visual novel, where it's a Shiba. I don't know how much more. Do it, buy it. I don't know how much it is. It's... Let me have a look.
It'll be $4.96, something around that.
No, I think the visual novels are slightly more expensive.
Oh, don't tell me it's like that strawberry one where it was like $15 where I looked at it last night. I'm like, what? Why?
It's ridiculous.
For a sub 1 hour
Can't
completion?
find it. It doesn't have a price in the store yet. It didn't there at least. Let me have a look. Going in the US. No, it doesn't have a price yet.
I want my Ratalakas to be $7.50 or under.
Doesn't have a price yet. So I think it's probably going to be one of the slightly more expensive ones, like $10, I want to say. But actually, it might be in my email that I can't be bothered checking. Is this one my emails? No, this one doesn't get my... Does it? No, it doesn't.
Anyway.
I also had really weird stuff with Keymailer. I just want to... So, you've heard of the game Shopkeep, right?
Yep.
Let me see
when I've got it on my tag. Yep.
Yep. When did it come out on Xbox? It came out
2018.
2nd of March 2018. Yep. So 2 and a bit years ago. 2 years, 3 months or so. I've requested a launch through Keymailer. I got it 2 days ago. My request got approved. I requested it before launch. Sorry. So you sort of request it leading up to launch. Yeah, I got it 2 days ago. I'm not saying I'm not appreciative. I will take the game. Thank you very much. I'll do a review on it. But I've definitely moved on at this point.
If you're a shopkeep, you want to maximize profit, yeah. So they put it up normal price in the shop. They've just left it up 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, cool. 90% of the copies have flown off. Just reach the bargain bin. They've put it down $1. Nobody's going to pick this up. Let's check the backlog. See if we can get rid of stock. Oh yeah, Kirby. Yeah, I'm sure we can send him a copy of this code. Clear it off the. Yep. That's how it works. Yeah.
I will take it. I am not ungrateful for it. But like, what?
I mean, I'm sure you would have been so appreciative too if you were like, "Oh, it's on sale this week." Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pick it up.
If it was on sale this week, I would have bought it and then used that as a giveaway code. In fact, I still might use it as a giveaway code because I don't know that I want to put this on my tag.
I don't think it's a game that you would want to put on your tag.
It's all right, but it's similar games that are better. That's the problem. I've played better games that do this better.
It's one of those games that feels like a grind.
Yeah, Moonlighter does this better. Racketeer, not on Xbox, does this better. And that's my only issue is that it is not even close to the best version of this style of game. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What is here and there is our milestones. The segue didn't work. Don't question it. Just move on. You know what the best part is? I this whole time don't know what our clip of the week's going to be.
I know.
No idea.
Probably that,
to be honest. I can't think of anything funny either of us have done. That's my issue. Because Matt's the one that picks him. Matt finds him. Matt's paying attention.
You won't go back for your own content.
I will have to, but I don't know what. Anyway,
and he's like, "Oh, it's funny to me, but will it be funny to everybody else?"
No, I don't care about that. I just don't know what I said that was funny at all, even to me. You know,
nothing.
Milestones. Good work this week. We've got a fair few. We have Fight Club earning 7,000 achievements this. I was going to say this week, but not this week. He hit that milestone this week. That would have been a lot of achievements in a week. ShadowlessEdge has reached 14,000 achievements won.
I
Definitely
was
not
gonna say
140,000.
100,000. What?
140,000 achievements won. Thank you, decimals. Commas. Oh my god.
ISO has reached 19,000 achievements won.
Yeah. Fred83 has reached 150,000 game score. Retro Chief in 1969 has reached 200,000 game score, slightly overshadowed by the 1.35 million game score that Neomaster has earned. But he's not here, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Nor was it on the nose. Because I guess, is that a thing for the 50,000?
I was going to say, did he... Oh, no.
I don't know.
Nah, 50,000 don't count.
Check with Alex.
Oh, it doesn't count because it wasn't on the nose.
Alright, doesn't count. Wasn't on the nose. Actually, it didn't.
I'm going to say, like, I'm going to get 1,000,001, something around that. I'm just going to take a photo and just send it to Alex, just to trigger him.
I don't know that I'm going to hit 1 million on those. I have a game that I'm going to... Like, I have something lined up, but I don't know when I get to that point that I'm going to be bothered. Like,
I think it's more entertaining at this point to feed the trolls and just say, look, I don't care either way.
So,
I was going to say, because, Alex will pretty much be like, oh, no, it's got to be on the nose. Like, otherwise it doesn't count. And then I'll be like, but, like, I hit it. It doesn't matter.
I can't hear you all the way up here with 1 million game score. What'd you say, little 300,000 pleb? Something like that? Yeah. Anyway.
Alex, I'm coming for you.
Yeah. He's going to smash it. TA score. Cavaliers07 has reached 500,000 true achievement score. Mark B has reached 600,000 true achievement score. Valak C has reached 700,000. Nibirios is at 1 million TA score. Tatey has reached 1.1 million TA score. I get the feeling some of those guys maybe did some Forza. Like, I get the feeling maybe Mark B and Tatey actually did some Forza Horizon 4. I don't know that they're
still
on.
Let me have a look.
Has that settled yet?
I don't know because I did mine relatively early as well.
Yeah, no, but you can look at it and see if it's settled.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Look at the game.
Is it 1539?
Okay, so what was that, like 100,000 something, yeah?
Yeah, 1,539 for 200 game score, so...
Yeah, no, but originally it was like 100,000 TA or something ridiculous, right?
Oh, I didn't say 100,000. I saw 24. It like around 5, 6, I think.
Oh, I thought it was ridiculous at one point. Never mind then. But I hit 1.5 million TA score. I don't think I've got it now because that was definitely with... Yep, I'm under that now, so I'll hit that again next week because that was with Endless Legends, which has dropped 2.4k, and I'm now 1.4k under the mark. So.
I was gonna say I was like just on the nose of 700,000 TA. I'm pretty sure, and now it's gone. Maybe there's something else. Maybe with Forza and that, I was on the nose, and now it's just dropped back completely. But
yeah.
Can you check your high, like your highest TA at any one point in time?
No.
No. Yeah, I didn't think so. Anyway, moving on. Games played?
Yep. Moving on to games played, sorry. Prue has reached 1,000 games played, but Mad Eye has reached 3,250 games played. He's diving away. He's a madman.
But yeah, I was going to say Prue's not diving though, is he?
No, Prue's not really.
Not in the speed dive.
Completed games. I don't know how I got these backwards, but I've switched them in my head because there's only 2, so I can manage that much.
Cool.
Wakapel has reached 700 completed games, which is more than me, but he has less game score.
Yep.
So that says more about me than him, but geez, 700. And Thrash Forever has reached 1,400 completed games.
Nice.
As for completion percentage, Neomaster has reached 94%. I don't know if this is like he's just dipped up under 94 and then got back up to it because he's playing all these easy games, or I don't know what the go is there, but
yeah.
Still, 94 is ridiculously good, so good on him, and he's on correct settings.
And I was going to say, for whatever reason, my leaderboard one didn't track. I hit top 100 of...
Crap.
I hit in the top 100 Australian leaderboard.
For what, though?
For Gamerscore. For Gamerscore.
And then... That's good.
The other one, I'm not sure if you're going to let me mention it.
Go for it, I don't care.
Where is it? I had it like just a second ago. I hit the top 5,000 in the TA leaderboard, I'm pretty sure. Was it TA? Where's it gone now?
Down the bottom on your leaderboards.
There. Sorry, I reached the top 5,000 the Achievements 1 leaderboard.
Good job.
So, yay. I know, but yeah. Main goal for next year, beat Alex. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait till he's on
easy.
dad duty.
Alex is simple. Alright, and with milestones
kill.
wrapping up, that's basically going to be episode 96. I just want to point out, Matt and Cameron, they're doing like 90-minute shows. ChinDocta gets back on the show. You're over 2 hours.
Yeah,
so,
I know. Because I can't put a filter on you.
I
say that when I'm the one who swore the most during this, but...
Yeah, I haven't sworn. I just talk. And I love talking. And this is why the show is too long, because... I mean, with 2 of us, we went over 2 hours. I could beat you and Matt by myself, I reckon. That's beside the point, though. If you want to contact us, send us messages, questions, whatever. Say hello, compliment me on my return. You can email us at hello@realgamerscore.com. You can contact us on the Twitter @realgamerscore. Jump in the Discord, discord.io/realgamerscore. Or give us money on Patreon, patreon.com/realgamerscore. I know we say this every week, but we would not be able to do the show as easily as we do without the patrons. You keep the lights running. You allow us to run competitions. And look, we're terrible at thinking of things to do with your money, but we want to give back as much as possible. If you have ideas, or if you have stuff you would like little competitions you want to run, whatever, let us know. We are more than happy to facilitate it and give you a cash prize or whatever is needed to help with that. Because once we pay for our servers, the rest goes back to you as much as physically possible. Some of it goes into my brand new TV. That's neither here nor there.
Cameron's speakers
that he plays in party chat to people. We got a microphone for Matt so that he doesn't sound like doo-doo.
So we can get his singing up.
Yeah. So we'll use it to upgrade the show and to give back to you as much as possible. You did buy us dinner one time. I will say that.
I was there. Yay!
We got barely. We got we got underground barbecue. Underground back alley barbecue.
When you drive like 5 hours for back alley barbecue,
it was so
Kirby,
good, but it was so dodgy.
And to meet Kirby for like the second time ever.
Yeah, and Matt and Alice.
Oh no! Sorry. I should say I go to this place that basically is like, all right, how do I find it? Where are you guys? Oh, like there's a staircase. Can't you find the staircase? Hidden behind a construction site, mind you.
Yeah. I walked past it like 4 times.
Yeah, so we got no idea. Finally get down the stairs to here. I'm buggered because I've just driven Swan Hill to Melbourne after dropping off my daughter and having her that morning.
Yeah.
So done a long drive. I'm just absolutely buggered. I think I checked into my motel, walked down to you guys, couldn't find you guys for like half an hour, and then you're like, Cameron, you got to hurry up. Like we're closing soon, yeah. Like
I'm just gonna leave.
They're gonna kick us out. So I'm like, all right, cool. Come out. Come down the stairs. Find the place that they're sitting, and they're like, "We got food. We got leftovers. You want the leftovers?" It's like, yeah, I might order.
Cameron, you think we can afford all this food? Cameron, you eat the leftovers and you suck it up.
Yeah, I had some leftovers. It was good food though.
Yeah.
Need to go to Korean barbecue.
But no, we do appreciate the patrons. Honestly, we love you. I probably love you a little too much. But you'll deal.
Keep it in the OnlyFans, boy.
Also, the patron content, I'm only behind because of the eye stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully this weekend I'll have a bunch of free time. I'll smash out. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do much with May. I can't, just because I wasn't editing. I don't have the files and the sort of. Yeah. So May and June might be a little bit shoddy, but we'll do the best we can.
I was going to say, saying that with the May content, there were a few episodes where me and Matt were basically like, all right, cool, it's time. We just got straight into it.
Yeah,
I don't think there's going to be a lot of content there. If you guys,
there was not a lot from May, regardless, just because it was mostly 2-man shows of Matt and Cameron, and with time zone conflictions, just sort of had to get into it. Whereas me and Cameron can talk forever because it's not 3 a.m. for him right now, like it might be for Matt or whatever nonsense time zone he's in.
Yeah.
You're
not absolutely buggered.
Yeah. If you want to be on the show, feel free to let any of us know, except for me, because I'm terrible with organising that stuff. And I will definitely leave everything last minute, like telling you how to access all the topics we talk about, how to run your audio recording equipment and stuff like that. Let anyone else know except me. I'd like to help, but I just have no idea what I'm doing, despite running the show.
We're just gonna have some random join the Discord, and they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Cameron's the one with the slightly different coloured name. Let's message him."
That'd be good.
When the joke is just, I'm just pink, and that's it.
Oh, right, because you're the only pink name. I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to help the podcast in a non-monetary fashion, subscribe to us on iTunes or whatever platform you're listening to. Download the show on, whatever. Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Podgrinch is one I made up now.
Promote us on Mixer.
Promote us on Mixer until July 22nd. Promote us on Mixer for as long as you can. It's going to be like Halo 2. If you're still going, those servers won't drop. If you are going past the date of closure, the servers won't drop until you do. Keep it alive.
Was that a thing?
That was the thing for Halo 2. The servers were still up for I want to say it was 10 days after closure, but I don't know for sure.
I'm just trying to think of somebody like that's just continuously like, I can't exit this game ever. I need to give people the opportunity to get their achievements.
Yeah. But anyway, subscribe to us. Leave a review if you want. Honestly, people have probably left reviews and we haven't seen them just because our aggregator disappeared and now I actually need to look for it myself. My God. Tell your friends. Word of mouth is the number one way of spreading the podcast. Tell anyone you boost with. Put it on your signature on TA. Put it in your status on TA. Anything like that helps. Retweet Cameron on Twitter on the Real Gamerscore account. He's doing really well. Better than I could have done. Because I'm not funny. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Subscribe to us on Mixer. And then subscribe to us on Twitch when we have to move over there.
Subscribe to us on Facebook Gaming.
Subscribe to us on Facebook Gaming. Subscribe to us on... Well, I mean, we'll have to go with OnlyFans. Does OnlyFans do streaming? If they do, this background works.
Look, OnlyFans is like whatever promotion of material you want to do, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, leaves it open.
It's only for our fans. So that's... If you want the fetish content, that's where you go.
You want the feed pics, you pay up, boy.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Alright, individual stuff. Cameron, you go before I ruin everything we've worked to build up.
Xbox Achievement Community on Facebook, Real Gamerscore on Twitter, ShadowlessEdge on Mixer for the time being until it's gone, on TA as well as Xbox. Feel free to contact me by any of those means, or just shoot me a message on Discord. What about you?
I can be found on Xbox Live, on True Achievements, on Discord, on Twitter, on Mixer, until July 22nd. And then on... you know what? Not even Mixer until July 22nd. I've abandoned Mixer at this point. Find me on Twitch for the time being. I may move to YouTube Gaming, but I probably won't because that sounds like work and I'm lazy. Twitch.tv/ChinDocta. All the other platforms I use the tag ChinDocta, except for Mixer where I go by Professor Pluto 1. So if you want to find me on Mixer, it's mixer.com/Professor Pluto 1. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully we can get that support. We honestly... Twitch has a lot lower standards for their affiliates, so I think you need 50 followers... No, 3... Average 3 viewers, 50 followers, and 8 hours... 7 days and 8 hours per month streaming. Something like that. I don't know about... So, bump up my numbers. We can get me affiliate, and then once I'm affiliate, I can take more of your money. Wouldn't that be great? And we can put it back into the show. I definitely won't be purchasing my games with it. I'll be purchasing my games with it.
Hey, it's content.
Yeah. So anyway, that's been episode 96. I had to check the top of the card. I didn't remember. It's been so long since I've been on an episode. I hope you have enjoyed my glorious return to this show. And you didn't miss Matt too much. I hope you abused Alex as much as possible. Discuss this episode in our Discord. Talk about it in the podcast channel. Let me know how awesome it is to have me back on the show. My God.
So when nobody responds, what do we do then?
When nobody responds, I don't care because I have that channel muted.
Why am I not surprised? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, no, episode 96. It's been great. It's been real. I've missed all of you. I've missed being on the show. Hope you enjoyed. Missed you. I guess I missed you too, Cameron, to be honest.
Aww.
I missed this interaction. So,
my heart
from
warms.
the land of the cherry blossoms, I will say goodbye.
Alright. Love you guys. Peace.